So I was born in Key West, but my family's from a small town, Havana, Florida. So um, we moved back home. My dad had a great job, full-time job. My mom worked. She was able to work from home, which was good. It was me and my brother. He's older than I am, so they had a lot of friends, and it was fun. They were together, and what I thought was a happy home was not a happy home. It was very dysfunctional. It was very imperfect. So they got a divorce when I was around the age of 6 and started seeing my dad every other weekend, back and forth. They did not go to church. I was not raised in church. If my brother and I went to church, it was the van picking us up or my grandmother taking us to church. She was the one, praying over us and telling us, God's got us, it's okay. My dad met a woman and they got married. I now have a new stepmom. It was a lot for me to handle for a little girl who, thought everything was good to now being her world flipped upside down, not seeing her dad on a regular basis, now a new woman trying to be a mother to me, which she did the best she could. So through that, I started acting out at home, at school, did not respect authority, did not respect my parents, which came from, a lot of the things I had witnessed. And so due to the fact that my world had been flipped upside down and it was far from perfect, I started acting out, behavioral issues at school, at home, no respect for authority, my teachers, my parents. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I felt like they had no right to tell me what I should or should not be doing. So it escalated, and eventually they got to the point where they didn't know what to do. My mom, who I lived with primarily, told my dad that he could have me, so I went and lived with my dad, which did not, help with behavioral. That did not fix me. So things continued to spiral out of control as I got into the preteen age. So as I became a preteen teenager living with my dad, he now don't know what to do with his daughter. They make the decision to send me to a children's home to live 24/7. Everything was on the campus. You did not leave the campus. You went to school on the campus. You ate on the campus. You slept on the campus. You left on Sundays to go to church. And then you went back to the campus. And it was heartbreaking. It was hard. So it was hard. It was a very long year. I shut down. I was depressed. I cried. I didn't understand why I had to be sent there. And it was just a very hard year for a 15-year-old to be, somewhere so unfamiliar and so different. And it was a lot. It was a lot. So now let me tell you about my best day. But before I tell you about that, let me tell you about leading up to my best day. It was some hard days, some very hard days. I found myself in a really bad relationship. I had lost twins. I am now in my early 20s as a single mom, trying to find out who I am, what kind of mom I want to be to my son, and struggling. It was not easy. It was very hard. I knew something was missing. I knew that I needed the Lord in my life. I needed stability for not only my son, but I had to find stability for myself. But it took me a little while to find it. And so, trying to find myself, I was working at my family's business. I was trying to make ends meet, and I met a guy. Was not looking, because I just thought it was going to be me and my son forever. Like, we were going to make it work. I liked this guy. He liked me. So we started hanging out, dating, and told him, I want to raise my family in church. I want to give my family what I did not have. I never want my children to experience the trauma and some of the heartache that I had to experience as a child. And I knew the only way that would happen is for us to find the Lord together, me reconnect with the Lord. So working in my family's business, a customer comes in on a Sunday afternoon. She looked nice. I tell her she looks nice. She says she's coming from Generations Church. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Let me Google that. So the next Sunday, Jeff and our son Gavin, we were in church. And that was the beginning of my best day ever. So I love being in church. Sitting in church with my family is what I look forward to weekly. We are in church. Unless we're out of town, we're watching it on church. Unless we are sick with something contagious, we are in church, because it is a reminder of what I've come from, what I've overcome. And it's just evidence that God can turn any situation around. He can mold the worst situation into the best testimony and outcome, more than I could have ever imagined for my life. Church is our family. So today I am happily married, have a healthy young man, teenage son, work in my dream job as a pediatric occupational therapist, and loving our church. Love having my family in church. My name is Jessica, and thank you for letting me tell you about my best day.